Tak jo, takže... Oh sheesh, what the fuck? Jo, tak vás zdravím tady u nového dílu ve hře Kingdom Come Deliverance, je to 3. díl a jdeme pokračovat v tom, co jsme skončili. Přišli jsme tady na ten nový hrad, ještě jsem tady jako... Nevím, jak to tady vypadá, viděli jsme tady jenom zavnitř. To vypadá nice. Tak jsem zvědavý, jako jak to půjde dál, co máme za úkol? Promluv si s Božkem, utíkej. Tam máme tady nějaký preclík, kde se pojmá preclík. Oh. OK, tady nemám bait. OK, sorry. What is this place? Hello? It looks cool. Co mi jak jebe? Já jsem použil jistý ty věci, co jsem dělal. Bořek!
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father.
Okay.
They say he was a soldier who moved to the countryside to make orders.
Sorry. Já jsem jí nepoznal. Lol.
He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Jak ho pozdravit, hej.
Oh.
Milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
Milady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are.
It's a bear, ale v českých pilkách tam je vlk.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, milady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, milady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Oh
Right,
shit.
man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Okay. Okay, nice. I'm gonna take everything from you. Yes. Hehe. Takhle se to dělá, vole. Když... Hello. Ne, všechno je moje. Nic ti nedám. Všechno je moje. Hej. What? Jsi přišel a hodil na zem mísku? A co čekáš, že ti dám jídlo?
How did you manage that?
Tak. Ty patale game, you're funny. Oh, I love it. Jo, já se mám. Co tady máš? Co tady kuchtíš? Jízko tyku. Thank you. Jsem ti to sežral přímo pod rukama. Tak to chcípám, to je super. Chtěl mám pozdravit. Sednu k tobě, jo? How do you feel about it? Okay. OK, tak jdeme... Tak to chci vidět. To chci vidět. Pojď. Pojď, kámo. Řekneš ruku debila. What? Dřevo se tam objevilo. Oh, I'm sorry. Nechtěl jsem to mít.
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.
Co to papaku? Hello, man. No. Okay, to je cool. Whoa. I have a bow and arrows. Oh shit, there are weapons here. Sorry boys. Jo, tady jsem byl, lol. Okay, I'm okay. Tak jdeme... Jak jsem přišel sem, jak jsem tady, jo tudy. Oh my god. Ok, takže. Vezem dovnitř. Hello? Jdem spinkat, zavřít. Když můžu spát. Ok, to je cool. Sednout. Musím si sednout. What? Cože?
I'm sorry, but it's too hard for me to talk.
I understand. It must have been terrible. Why don't you go and get yourself some rest?
Yes. Tak mě nech, ne? Ty uchyle. Co to sakra mělo být? Oh my god, jdem spát. Jak dlouho chceš spát? Do rána. Teď už ten spát nemůžeš. Nevím, co je ráno. Zase ráno.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir. Yes?
What the?
It is I,
Oh.
Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine.
Oh,
It's just what you need to help you sleep.
she wants
My
me.
lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll
Co
tell
se...
you what happened.
Na co
It was
koukám?
terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home.
What?
I promised father I'd help him with his work. And
Where-
I was looking
where am
forward
I?
to it. He was forging a sword for
Ten
Sir
buggy
Roger.
jak stojí.
I'd been secretly learning sword fighting and hiding it from my parents. So when we assembled the sword, I tried a few moves with it. There's a big difference between a wooden sword and a real one. Maybe if I hadn't taken that sword in my hand, I wouldn't be here today.
You're full of surprises.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Jo,
Like a
You
valiant
succeeded.
knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Už jsem zpátky.
Terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and
Oh,
beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
vzal jídlo, který jsi mi přinesla, ty jsi mi ani
I
nedala to
enjoyed
jídlo.
our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Je, ukradla ti jídlo. Jak se na to podíval.
Move it, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Běž na hrabě kolem brány. OK. Děkuju. Teď tam prší, vole. Jo, ten déšť vypadá libově. Kámo, ta hra mě víc a víc jako překvapuje teda. To je cool.
But if I have to choose a place for it, then right here behind the solid wall.
Army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my command, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Givish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And Sir Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, We'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Take care.
Take care, okay. Že se chystá nějaký velký fight, nebo má být?
Halt! Who goes there? Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Ansig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way right there now.
To je funny, jak na sebe řvou prostě tyhle taky dálky, jako. To je sranda.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrol. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people, now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Okay, man.
Henry!
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch at the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Farewell.
Ok, takže já hlídám hradby, jo. OK, tak to bude nice gameplay. Takže tady z toho máme pěkný seriál. Jakože furt si jenom povídáme, kecáme. A doufám, že vás to baví, jako mě, jako, že ten story je zajímavý. Hodně mě to baví. Akorát prostě... Jako tady budu prostě chodit teďka s torčkou. Oh my god. Tak jo.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh?
Fuck you.
I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Co se děje? Co se děje?
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
Co se děje tady jako? Oh. Fuck.
Jesus. We're gonna hit them like skeletons.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. You may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg. That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlet and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratsig Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Ratsig Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. as you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ty vado, to je hezký. Celkem napínavý, co se tady bude dít, no.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Chill guy. Zeleň, pohybuj se blízké ve skleci. Rovnou si s panem Božkem, sežen si koně. Hehe. Takže jakoby půjde fakt pořád. Co tam děláš, vole? Čiješ nebo? Okay. Takže půjdeme nějak tajně, se musíme dostat z tohohle z hradu. A půjdeme pohřbít tetku s mamkou. Jsem sehnal koně. Musíte ho promluvit, kámo.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg. Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
I suppose because it has a strategic position and good fortifications, so it can be used as a base for raids, giving you control of the whole territory and good defences too, if you need them.
Not at all.
Okay.
King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Okay.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Good God, boy.
Oh my god.
Do you want to throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
Okay. Takže s tebou to nepůjde.
My insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
Okay, takže musíme nějakým způsobem se tam dostat. Takže jakoby to musím nějak na to přijít. Jo, aha, já jsem se pořádně nenajet, koukám. Teď jsem pořádně najedený. OK. Už to chápu. Ty vole, tak po 2... Skoro po 2 hodinách jsem pochopil, jak se to má hrát. Vůči jídlu a takovým věcem. OK. Takže teď máme... Co? Jsem si zhradu... OK, takže... Já bych to pro tenhle díl ukončil. Vím, že to moc akce teda tady nebylo. Bylo tady hodně věcí ve stylu, jakože... Takový seriál, jak menší. Ale ten story jako mě baví, vypadá to zajímavě ten příběh. Takže doufám, že to užíváte stejně jako já. A samozřejmě pokud samozřejmě dejte like, odběr pokud ještě nemáte a koment potěší. A samozřejmě uvidíme se u dalšího dílu, protože tato série mě baví. Máme teda teprve 3. díl, takže uvidíme dále, jak to bude vypadat. To krajina fakt nádherná. OK, tak jo, mějte se a u dalšího dílu s Bohem.